What is good, family? Hope you're having a wonderful day. I know I'm having an amazing day out here in nature. Hope you've been experiencing new things, learning some new stuff. Today, I want to talk about raising your vibration, raising your frequency. So, one of the first things to keep in mind really is that everything around us is just energy, it's just in different shapes and forms. Nikola Tesla said, if you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So, raising your vibration, in my opinion, is like one of the key things to do in this life, one of our main jobs of every day. And one of the ways that I have found to do it, there's a whole bunch, but one of the ways that I found to do it is meditate. Literally just meditate, sit down with yourself, and be in stillness. If you want to find peace, be still. If you want to find wisdom, be silent. And so meditation is a good way. You learn a lot of stuff. What I like about meditation is that it gets easier the more you do it, and you never stop gaining from it. Another way to raise your frequency or vibration is to pay attention to the foods that you eat. Your diet plays a huge factor in it because, like I said, everything's energy. So all food carries electrical charge, and foods like hamburgers, chips, soda, junk food, fast food, all that's at a low frequency and has low energy, so it's going to naturally drag you down with it, and that's just the level that you're going to stay at and be on. If you want to make sure you're eating right, eat organic vegetables, fruits, and things that come from nature, because that's going to be highly nutritional. It's going to have a lot of electrical charge and like help you raise your energy, like bring it up to the level that it's at. Another thing to look out for is your environment, who you're interacting with, and like what you're doing. So environments are pretty big. So if you're in a like negative anger, like environment full of anger, fighting a lot, that's just going to naturally drag you down and bring down your energy, because that's low frequency behavior. And if you're out in like nature like this, it's just all super peaceful, so it's going to bring up your vibration. It's going to help you be at peace on the inside, which helps you out. So the environment's big. The people who you're around with is huge. So if you're around a lot of people who are super negative, who always think negative, that's going to affect you not in a positive way, because why would it be positive? That's why it's important to surround yourself with positive people, people who, enjoy life, who take care of themselves, people who just are good for you and are good around you, people who push you to be better. Another thing too is people who are naturally at low frequency, have negative energy, and who like you feel drains you, are referred to as like energy vampires. They're people who feed off of your energy and kind of thrive off of that. So it could be people who like are constantly telling you sad news, bad news, and like for things that don't even like affect you, that aren't even in your life, that have no impact on you in any way, shape, or form. So those people are another people to look out for. And as you go like raising your frequency, you go dropping a lot of like characteristics that you might think that you like was part of you. So things like fear, jealousy, greed, anger, egoism, hatred, stuff like that. For me personally, when I started raising my frequency of meditating, I one of the first things that I got rid of was fear. I remember for me, it was in a dream. So I think it was like the fifth day of meditation. I had a dream where I was in this big mansion, like it was a 3-story mansion, and I was in the attic, and I just kind of hopped outside of the little attic like window of the circle, the classic thing. So I hopped out of it, was in a little patio right outside. I just remember like feeling really hot outside, so I was like, this uncomfortably hot. So I walked back into the attic, and I remember it feeling like it was super cool in there, like it was super nice. I was comfortable. And so, I had the classic like little girls haunting me, the demon little girl. So I walked in the hallway, peeked under the like this it was this doorway with a curtain on it, and I peeked under the curtain, and it was the like little girl's feet. and like all the skin was like all gross and everything. It was like classic horror movie. And so I peeked. I just like wasn't even scared. I was just super thankful that it was cold. So I got up, walked down the hall, walked in this room, and like there was this little girl in like a wedding dress, and she was just there. And I walked up to her, and I just kind of like stared at her directly in her face. And I was like, "It's cold in here. It's cold in here." And then her eyes like rolled back, and she started screaming. But I wasn't even scared. I literally just kept yelling at her, "It's cold in here," because, and just like that, I woke up. And I haven't really had fear since. Like, I'm not really scared of anything. I'm not scared to die because I know I can't really die. Or energy can't be created or destroyed, so you can't really die. You all that could happen is like this body, something could happen in this body, but the energy that's inside of it is just going to transfer to something else. It's going to become something new. Birth and rebirth cycle. And so another thing to really raise your vibration is gratitude. Like, gratitude's super underrated, but is honestly really important. And gratitude could like range from anything. For me, whenever I find myself kind of getting some negative thoughts, or like my energy being lowered and me getting into a lower frequency, I just think about everything that I'm grateful for. Like, no matter what, I just force myself to focus on what I'm grateful for. So it could be anything from like, having shoes on, or clothes that I wear, like a skateboard, mode of transportation. And it doesn't even have to be like that. It could be started at the simplest steps. So it could be like, I'm grateful that I have 4 limbs that work perfectly well. I'm grateful that I don't have allergies right now. Like, it could just be super small things, but the more you practice that, the better you get at it, and that's going to help you out. Like, it's literally so impossible to feel bad and be in a bad state of mind when you're thinking about everything that you're grateful for. So I mean, that's like one little way that I really like. Another thing that happens once you start raising your frequency is you start getting rid of like greed. Like, you no longer feel the need to hold on to stuff. You start liking to share your things, because sharing is honestly like great. That way you could help somebody else enjoy what you have while you also enjoy it, and that way like you could have a mutual beneficial relationship, I guess, but you guys could have a mutually beneficial experience, more to say, where you guys are both enjoying this thing that you have or that you provided. So, what did I say? Fear, greed, you get rid of. Anger, hatred, like, you no longer want to hate everything. Like, you no longer want to hate. You no longer hold any anger. So anger is like a poison, right? It harms what you pour it on, but more than anything, it harms the container that you have it in, which is like you. So if you hold anger, the only person you're really hurting is yourself. So it's important to like raise your vibration, get rid of it, and you'll just be better off. You'll just be happier, and like that's really it. So another thing too is like, once you start raising your vibration, you start kind of getting out of the more ego space. So you won't feel the need to like have to prove yourself to people. You won't feel the need to like one up your friend. You'll just be super confident in who you are and know who you are and be happy with that. And you could just let other people do them. Like, you no longer feel the need to constantly compete with everything and others around you, and you no longer feel the need to like seek validation outside, because you have that within you. So raising your vibration just kind of helps you get rid of a ton of like negative things that don't benefit you or your life in any way, that's not constructive. And it kind of just lets you focus on yourself and focus on bettering yourself. um that's another, like, if you're just focused on bettering yourself, you're going to raise your vibration even if you don't try. Even for people who like don't even think of it in terms of the way that I'm thinking about it, you'll still just better yourself. I mean, you'll still just raise your vibration if you're bettering yourself. And one thing to keep in mind is that everything has an equal and opposite like, every force has the equal and opposite reaction. It's one of the principles in physics, like one of the basic principles in physics. I push and this thing pushes back, or like I pull and the thing pulls back. And so the energy that you put out, the frequency that you're on, directly affects energy that you're putting out, and the energy that you put out is going to be reciprocated back to you, because we're just like walking magnets. So if I'm like at a low vibration, at a low state, and I'm putting out this negativity, it's going to come back, and it's going to affect the way that I also look at the things around me. So let's say like if I'm mad or angry, I'm not going to be able to perform something well, or I'm more prone to making mistakes too. So let's say like I have a cup of coffee and I'm trying to open this door. If I'm mad and I'm trying to like yank this door while I'm holding the coffee, I run the risk of yanking it open or spilling the coffee all over me, and that like ruins my day. Like that was so preventable and so unnecessary, that and is just going to ruin my day and keep me at that low state if I get mad at it, you know? So, and if you're at a higher frequency, you can just like, you be calm, you could be at peace, you could enjoy the things that are around you more. And if you put out good energy is going to come back to you. You know, it's like karma. Like karma is really big, because if you're putting something good out, you'll get it back. And if you're putting something bad out, you'll get it back. Everything is just like, everything's like a mirror. It just always comes back to you. So even if somebody does you wrong, like just let it go. Like let them do them, and then karma is going to punish them. Like they're going to see that energy go back to them. But if you decide to take the steps for revenge and you try to go after them, then the only person that harms is you, because now you're putting out that energy. Now you're putting out bad energy, and it's going to come back to you. So just like be consciously aware of that, and be consciously aware of all the energy that you're getting or receiving. If it doesn't give you energy, it drains you. And so if you think about it in terms of that, it kind of makes it like simple and just easy to be consciously aware of the effects that somebody or something or someplace has on you. And I guess that's it. Like just a quick little way of raising your frequency, your vibration, living a better, happy life. But that's it really. I hope you guys are taking care, staying positive, helping others, and enjoying life. Really, life is here to be enjoyed. Why else would we be here? So until next time, peace.